For more on this, our reporter Aviwe Mtila joins me now from Eskom headquarters to tell us the details. So, Aviwe, we are at stage 4 at this particular point, and there's been efforts to try and meet and try to see how we come out of this quagmire that we find ourselves in, this shortage in generating unit. Any further news coming out from Megawatt Park?
Well, of course, so far we've seen 2 meetings. One is currently ongoing. The last time I checked with Eskom Eskom spokesperson Khulu Phasiwe, that's the meeting between Public Enterprise Minister Pravin Gordhan, who's meeting the CEO of Eskom, Phakamani Hadebe, together with other top management of Eskom to try and solve and delve into this issue of load shedding, this unprecedented issue of stage 4 load shedding. Also, earlier on, we heard there was a meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning of management together with system operators and other key stakeholders within Eskom delving on this very issue. And then we heard later on that while it's in fact gone into an emergency, as Khulu Phasiwe, the spokesperson, put it himself, that it's in fact an emergency now. We're seeing stage 4 load shedding. We do not have direction in terms of when it's most likely to end. We've heard from him estimate saying that it still needs to be revised, but he estimates that around April only is when we'll see the end of this stage 4 load shedding.
Just for clarity, Aviwe, the whole issue of, stage 4 being unprecedented, never seen before, it all has to do with the reconfiguration of the stages of load shedding that Eskom undertook some years ago, isn't it?
Yes, of course, they reconfigured the stages in terms of stage 1 now. I think back in 2010, stage 1 now is about 1,000 megawatts that has to be rotationally load shedded, stage 2 being 2,000. Now in stage 4, we're seeing 4,000 megawatts that has to be rotationally load shedded within the allocated period during the day, which means, of course, South Africans will be facing darker periods of load shedding.
And the explanation coming out of Megawatt Park is that it all has to do with those 6 generating units, particularly the ones at Medupi and Kusile, not really firing on all cylinders.
Yes, when I spoke to Khulu Phasiwe, he did allude to the 6 generating units, additional generating units that have since failed them from today, which has led to this stage 4 load shedding. But when I asked him on the current board and its performance, he did indicate that these problems are nothing new to Eskom, and we can't entirely put the blame on this specific board. It dates back from previous years and previous management and the backlog that has led, and which of course led to the spate of load shedding that we saw in 2014 already. So that backlog has still not been dealt with sufficiently. We understand that Eskom at this very moment is debt burden with about 400 million rands into debt, and we heard Khulu Phasiwe saying that they're delighted, they want that meeting with the finance minister in order to get money in order to clear off that debt and get the operations working.
All right, thank you so much. That is ENCA's Aviwe Mtila live for us outside the Eskom headquarters at Megawatt Park.